Hello everyone. Welcome to the presentation of the Endure Viewer. My name is Michelle Schouten and I'm working for the Dutch Waterboard Hoogheemraadschap Hollands Noorderkwartier as a water safety consultant. In this presentation, I will explain to you the different functions of the Endure Viewer. The Endure Viewer is developed by Deltares, which is an independent institute for applied research in the field of water and subsurface. In this presentation, I will address the aim of the viewer, the different functions of the viewer, and I will give an explanation of the tools, including the interpretation of the output. The Endure Viewer is an instrument consisting of two tools and a database in which a lot of information on the coastal zone of the Two Seas area can be found. The viewer is designed for stakeholders to better understand coastal behavior, and the viewer gives insight into the different aspects relating to coastal dune development. It is not expected that the viewer, including its tools, will enable stakeholders to make precise dune management decisions. Instead, the viewer includes communication tools designed to get people thinking about dune management in a new way. This is because greater knowledge and understanding of dune management practices will in turn help to first influence decision-making processes, and second, to generate lasting impact. All sorts of information can be requested in the different sections of the viewer. In the Data tab, for instance, maps are available on which information can be found for the variation in tide and surge levels between different locations, the coastal dynamics in terms of whether a coastal area is eroding, stable or expanding, including the rate of change. Information on dune areas and marram grass, such as for instance the sandy coastal zones in the Two Seas region, and a map with an overview of marram grass distribution in these dune areas. Besides these maps, more maps on marram grass are available in the viewer. By knowing the information provided by the Endure Viewer, measures in order to protect the coastal zone can be developed by local stakeholders. In the Data tab, two main maps can be distinguished. This is a screenshot of the map Data Layers of Interest Coast, the first map. In the example, the tidal range map has been displayed by clicking on the eye symbol. By clicking on the downward facing arrow, the map can be downloaded. This map shows the information visible in the requested tidal range map. The legend, including the different classes, is visible in the left corner. In the right upper corner, you can zoom in or zoom out. The second map includes all kinds of data on marram grass related research. Besides all this static data, the Endure Viewer provides two tools which can be applied to specify dune locations in the Two Seas area. These tools are the effects of sea level rise and shoreline changes between 1984 and 2016. With each of these tools, coastal development as a result of sea level rise and storms can be simulated. I will start with the tool, the effects of sea level rise. In this tool, the impact of a storm in combination with a specified sea level rise on dunes can be simulated for several predefined locations in the Two Seas area. This can be done by selecting a specified sea level rise rate and a return period in the tool. I will show the selection menu in the next slide. The predefined areas are highlighted by the yellow dots, displayed in the map below. You can see that in each country of the Two Seas area, one or two locations have been selected. In the drop-down menu of this tool, a selection can be made from a half, 1 or 2 meters for sea level rise, and from 100 or 1000 years for return period. The return period estimates the time interval between events of similar size or intensity, and it is generally expressed in percentages. A return period of 100 years means the probability of the event occurring being 100, or 1% in any 1 year. It does not suggest that a 100-year return period means an event can only happen every 100 years. In any given year, there is a 1% chance it will happen, regardless of when the last similar event was. This graph shows the output of the sea level rise tool. In this scenario, a sea level rise of 2 meters and a return period of 100 years have been selected, which is indicated in the green bar. Under normal conditions, without sea level rise, a dune is in a certain state in which the seawater remains at a certain level, and the dunes have a specific profile. However, when sea level rises, the water level increases and waves will have more impact on the dunes. As a result, the first row of dunes can begin to erode. Consequently, the dune profile has been altered. You can see this development in this graph, in which the orange line represents the old dune profile and the red line represents the new dune profile. To assess the impact of sea level rise on coastal systems, storm impact scale regimes are used. When the impact of a storm was very large, waves may break through the dunes. The dune environment has changed in this situation, the so-called regime. For dune systems, 4 different types of regimes are distinguished, describing the state of the system. We have the swash, the collision, the overwash, and the inundation regime. In the tool, it is assessed what the regime of the present situation is and how this would change with a half, 1 or 2 meters of sea level rise. This gives insight in how well the dune system might adapt to sea level rise. In this example, the dunes developed from a collision regime into an overwash regime. In addition to the regimes, the background and parameter tab also gives detailed information on several parameters used in the tool. To summarize, the sea level rise tool provides several figures in which this dune development process will be explained. Moreover, on the parameter subtab, corresponding values are given, such as beach slope, dune retreat, and wave height. The output of the tool consists of the following aspects, representing the current state for coastal morphology, the state with sea level rise, the storm impact scale regimes, including sea level, and the corresponding parameters. The second tool is the shoreline change tool. This tool shows the erosion or accretion of shorelines in the two seas area. For every year from the period 1984 till 2016, the location of the shoreline with relation to the landward boundary can be requested. Each blue dot in the graph represents the shoreline location in the specified country and year on the location requested in the viewer tool. The indicated change rates in meters per year are obtained from fitting a regression line to the shoreline position data for each transect. An ascending line from left to the right means the shoreline is expanding seawards. A descending line means the shoreline is eroding and retreating landwards. A horizontal line shows a stable shoreline. If you are interested in the background information of the tools, please check the background section in the tool. This section can be found in the Information tab, indicated by the blue arrow. Here, additional information about the terminology used per tool is available. To conclude, you can also consult the best practice guide for more information on the viewer. Thank you for your attention.